Hi, this is Dr. Martina, your sexuality expert, and today we're going to have a lesson about the body, one of the many lessons to come. Mind, body, body, mind, a fundamental unit. This is actually the first axiom of Sexocorporel. Within the concept of Sexocorporel, mind, body, body, mind are looked at as an inseparable functional unity. They're not two different entities, but they form a whole which we call the body. And here's the trigger. Mind, body, body, mind are inseparably connected. Therefore, they can influence each other and they interact with each other. How you feel, meaning how you think about sex, has a direct influence how you experience physically, how you physically experience sex. And it goes the other way too. How you physically experience sex through your body has a direct effect how you think about sex. Let me give you a scenario of a brain to body interaction. This is maybe something that you can relate to. Let's just assume you just finished a wonderful sexual interaction with your partner. You're emotionally satisfied, you're physically satisfied, and you have a day off. Your partner has to leave and go to work, but the only thing you have on your schedule is a lunch date with your mother. So you get ready for your lunch date, you go into your closet, you pull out a dress that feels really good on you, the tactile, the way the fabric feels on your skin, the way you look in it, the way you look at it, and you're just happy. You got a big smile and you're looking at yourself and you feel that you're sexy. It's a good feeling. I hope you can relate to that. So you walk in towards your mother, she's already there, she's waiting for you in front of the restaurant. So you walk towards her and this good feeling continues because your memory, your mind relives the story of the sexual encounter, and your body reacts to it by having a light step. You have fluid hips, you have your head up, you have your posture is nice and tall, you're centered, and you have a big smile on your face, and you're just happy being you and happy being a sexual being. The first thing that comes out of your mother's mouth is, well, that dress is way too short. You look like a whore. Her negative emotions have an immediate effect on your emotions. Now, your emotions are possibly anger, frustration, shame, all kinds of emotion, but they're negative. And they in turn have interaction and an influence on how your body feels. Your posture changes. Your fluidity in your hips turns into high muscle tension. Your light step turns into heavy, putting your feet heavy onto the ground. Your posture is not as tall and freeing as it was before. And all of these changes are happening because the emotional changes, meaning your brain, your emotions, your thoughts, your perspectives, have an influence how your body feels. Unfortunately, we live in a society where we're more concerned about what our mind is doing than what our bodies are feeling. We have this vertical perception that where the psyche is on top, it is superior, and the body/sexuality is on the bottom, and it's inferior. This split not only creates a huge stage for sexual judgment, it also covers up the fact that the body-mind interaction and influence works both ways. It goes into both directions. Can we avoid conversations like the ones with the mother or a friend or a stranger? No, we cannot. But what we can do is we can use our bodies to influence our emotions. In other words, we can use our body, our physical body, with physical movements to actually counter negative emotions. In the case with this, in the example that I was talking about, what the woman can do is, or what we can do if we find ourselves in situations like that, we can make sure we hold our posture. We can make sure that we keep our fluidity in our hips, that we breathe in and then breathe out longer to really calm down the high muscle tension so the fluidity stays there. We can also make sure that we find our horizon. And by that I mean just look up, keep your posture on a level that feels like you. Not higher up because of the anger and the frustration you have, or lowering your eyes because of shame you possibly feel. So we can actually use our bodies to counter these emotions and influence how we feel. And then we can let our mothers do what they do. We don't have to change their perspective, but we can definitely change ours with the help of the body. And earlier I mentioned find your horizon, and let me show you what I mean by that. What you do is you stand about shoulder width apart, and since you're practicing this, I would suggest to do it without shoes. Even so, obviously you're going to have shoes out in the world, but do it without shoes so you can really feel the ground. And just look into the distance. Right now I'm just looking at a wall that's pretty close to me. But it can be further apart, and then you just go and look for your line. Look for the horizontal line where your body wants to rest, where your head wants to rest, where your neck wants to rest. So if I go up, I can feel tension in my neck here. If I go down and I look below my horizon, I can feel tension here too. So you have to play with it a little bit, and you have to go find it. But when you do, you know when you do. You just go and just slightly adjust by like half a centimeter or a full centimeter, whatever you want to do, but just play with it and look for it. And you will figure out that when you find your horizon is when your body is the most centered, when you feel your feet on the ground, you feel your back is nice and straight, your pelvic floor, your whole pelvic system is balanced, and you can smile. That is your horizon. And the reason why it feels so good is it's twofold. One is because you're actually putting your body in the most optimal position without any strain on it. And the second part is an emotional part, because putting that body in that position where there's no strain, no pain, where it just feels comfortable, you're actually getting a feeling of this is me. You feel the ground under your feet, you know that you are standing solidly on your own 2 feet. This is not your mother or your grandmother, or if you're male, this is not your father or your grandfather. This is actually you. And having that horizon and finding that will give you strength to counter negative emotions. Negative emotions about yourself, just like about anybody else. Let me tell you, I use this tool quite often. I've not always done it. In my younger years, I was insecure, I was shy, I just had a terrible opinion about myself. I always thought I was less than others. uglier than others, less good than others. So it was when I would go out and I would go like in a disco or something, I would actually, with that attitude and with my posture feeling that way, I would have my head a little lower to the side because I always felt like I was too tall. I couldn't be up like this. I had to go like this. I had my shoulders in, and I would go through a dance floor and people, or not even on a dance floor, to the bar, and people would constantly bump into me. They would hit me on that shoulder, they would hit me in the back, and it obviously gave me a feeling that nobody sees me. Why doesn't anybody see me? And as I've learned over the years, and especially now through Sexocorporel, as I've learned that I can hold my body and help my body, use my body to help my emotions, I walk through the room, a crowded room, differently. I walk tall, I catch my horizon, I smile, and I stay fluid. And with that, people do not bump into me. People actually see me. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where your body, your mind, and your posture is compromised in some negative way, find your horizon and pay attention to the influence that your body can have on your mind. It is a tool that is there for everybody, that everybody can learn and everybody can use. Play with it and practice it. And have a lovely, bodily, and sexy day. Bye-bye.